Welcome to San Francisco's GNews, where you get all your gay in just one day. We bring you the top LGBTQ+ stories from the left coast and around the globe. Keep in the know on the latest trends, hot topics, and who's messing with your human rights now. We post new videos every Saturday on YouTube and Facebook. So join me, Celso Dulay, and my guest co-hosts every week and get all your gay in just one day. From the city by the bay with San Francisco's GNews.
This week on GNews.
No cakes for gays means no photos for haters.
New York City joins the gender equality party.
The Prosecco Tragedy and how we'll cope.
Plus, legs up and our crush of the week.
Get all your gay in just one day.
Right here on GNews.
Hi everyone, we're so happy to see you, and we are super duper happy to have Cameron Steele back.
I could not be more happy to be here. I've been out from the world for so long. It's so great to be back.
I know. Welcome to the world, and welcome back to the set. Thank you. Cameron went on holiday to Hawaii, paradise.
Wonderful.
And breaks her ankle.
Yep. Of course, it was the last night, so that was good. But yeah, what a strange and weird experience that was.
You'd think it would be like scaling a volcano or swimming with sharks or something exciting like that, but it was...
You would think.
It was taking a photo.
Yeah.
And getting ice cream.
We went out for ice cream. We were taking a picture with all the cousins, trying to get the kids, but much of mine, in the photo, and slipped. Boom. Down, gone. Ice cream's too dangerous for me.
Ankle. But you didn't realize it was broken until you had to come home, fly home. And
and then the hurricane was coming, so everyone was like in a panic about storing stuff up and getting ready. We just wanted to get out and get home, and they delayed us 24 hours, and it was chaos getting back. And I still thought I had a sprain. Yeah. Until I got to the doctor here.
They're like,
not so much.
Sorry, boo-boo. You're going to be... I went to visit her, and she was in this little wheelie thing, so we're glad that you're back.
Yes,
and
thank you.
out and about, and actually walking.
Yeah, I can walk with a little cane help, but yeah, I'm doing okay.
Tricked out drag queen cane.
There might be a little glitter on it.
But it's good stuff. We're still trying to get to 1,000 subscriptions, so if you guys are watching on YouTube, please subscribe. We're really close. Yeah, we're almost there. If you're watching on Facebook, then please like and share the glitter. Nothing against the bottoms, but this segment is all about the tops. The U.S. isn't the only place where it's hard for an LGBTQ+ person to get cake.
What? Why is it so hard?
Let them eat cake.
Won't even have that much.
I know. We have very small portions.
Yes.
Well, just like with Colorado's Masterpiece Cake Shop, we don't like them.
We do not.
Northern Ireland's Asher Baking Company, we don't like them either, because they pull the same shenanigans.
And the UK Supreme Court actually went the same way as the US, even though in the UK it is illegal to discriminate on the grounds of sexual orientation or gender.
Yeah. So you might think, darn, the haters are winning. But there's a rub.
Vindication.
Yes. The Christian Institute, which is a Christian lobbying group, talk about hiss. They're the ones that funded the Bakers lawsuit, and they wanted to hire a photographer to cover the Supreme Court's ruling. So they went online and they booked a photographer with a company called Prosecco.
Now, Prosecco did not know who the client was when they accepted the booking, or weren't fully aware of who the client was when they accepted the booking. But once they realized it was the Christian Institute who had funded the lawsuit, no, they said no way. They gave the money back and refused to give them the photos.
They were like, no, girl.
Fair is fair.
Who just hired us? Oh, hell no.
No.
It goes both ways. In a statement, founder Tony Zhu said, "As soon as I found out, I realized that this was an opportunity to highlight exactly why this kind of result is damaging. We appreciate that this looks like a tit for tat." And it is. Now I want to have some cake.
I would love some cake.
Chocolate cake.
Ooh, spice cake.
The lava one with the thing in the middle.
Oh, the molten lava cake. Oh, yes. I'd like it.
We'll be right back. We're going to get some cake.
Bye.
Non-binary, gender non-conforming, and transgender realness is about to happen in New York City, y'all.
That's right. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio has just signed a bill that will enable a gender marker of X on official documents.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Starting January 1st, people will be able to go back and update the markers on their birth certificates to reflect their actual identity, M, F, or X, simply by paying a $50 fee. And they'll do this without the need for medical consultation.
Yay!
That's awesome.
That's a big deal.
It is.
I think that's a big deal. De Blasio said in a speech, "Everyone has a right to their own identity. Everyone has a right to themselves. To our transgender and gender non-binary neighbors, New York City sees you and has your back."
I love that.
De Blasio is a superhero.
He is a superhero. Well done, you.
That is really awesome. So, California already has that. Thank you to Senators Tony Atkins and Scott Wiener.
Awesome.
That passed last October.
Right.
So fantastic. I love that they've done that. I think New York City, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. I mean, it's just San Francisco, you kind of expect that. Like, even in surveys and stuff, when they do the demographics, you can see there's always an alternate choice for gender, at least in the past few years. Mm-hmm. But to see that start to take off around the country, that's pretty awesome.
That's fantastic. I mean, how wonderful for everybody.
Customs and traditions play an important role in many cultures, and in many of those traditions, food and drink play a major role.
Yes, and for many LGBTQ plus people, brunch is a sacred meal.
Absolutely. We take our brunch very seriously. And what would brunch be without champagne, cava, or Prosecco?
Prosecco.
Yes.
My favorite.
Yes.
My mother says a meal without wine is breakfast.
I love your mother. But, this is serious, 30,000 liters of Prosecco were wasted when a tank at a winery exploded.
Clutch your
Spilling
pearls,
Prosecco
girls.
everywhere. Let's take a look.
I was like, 30,000 liters, that's a lot. And then I saw this video. Oh my gosh.
It looks like,
It looks like an oil tanker of champagne or Prosecco.
And why was no one out there with a glass, like, trying to catch some
I know,
of
they're
it?
just videoing it. I would be, like, swimming in it.
With a straw.
Tupperware out there, like, oh my God, save the champagne.
Oh, no, right?
Oh my God. Can you believe 30,000 liters? I think we need to take a moment of silence for the tragedy and for the victims.
Wait, victims?
Us.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I get that.
Yes.
But never fear, it's okay.
Okay.
That winery makes 600 million liters of Prosecco a year.
That might be enough.
Well, for us. Maybe. 30,000 isn't too bad to lose, but still, let's take a moment for our fallen soldiers.
Yes.
Such a tragedy.
It is a tragedy. I'm glad they have more.
Mm-hmm.
Here in the States, we super miss Virgin America, which is now Alaska Airlines. Wah, wah.
Sad.
But Virgin Atlantic is alive and thriving, and that is why this week they have our legs up.
They have our legs up because they are gayer than ever.
Yes. Virgin Atlantic has teamed up with New York City to bring pride to the Mile High Club.
Love it. In June of 2019, a flight from London Heathrow to New York City will take off entirely staffed with an LGBTQ plus crew.
This is all due to coincide with World Pride 2019, which New York City will be the first American city to host the event.
Celebrity Titus Burgess said, "At a time when we're seeing the rights of minority groups under threat, it's more important now than ever that we stand up and make our voices heard."
Virgin planned this event to coincide with the 50th anniversary of the Stonewall riots.
Fantastic.
Yay, Virgin.
Yeah. So who's next?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Who is next?
More gay flights. I would love to be able to choose. I mean, there's gay cruises and stuff, but it would be so awesome just to be able to choose whether you wanted to fly like a gay flight staffed by entirely LGBTQ plus people. I would totally do that.
We need our own airline.
You are dreaming big today.
I am.
I love it, but airline?
Talking about dreaming big, so we plan now a vacation in our brains over this whole thing. So we're going to go to Paris.
Yes.
And then we're going to spend some time in Paris. We're going to take the Channel
I've never seen it before. It sounds amazing, so I really want to do it. We flew over last time. I'm going to go under.
No. Once you do the Channel, you never go back.
Seriously,
you're there in 3 hours, and you get to drink while you're going there. So
I like it already.
So the Channel to London. We spend time in London. We get on the flight. We go to New York. Woo! And she's promised to not break any limbs.
The whole time?
On the whole vacation.
I'm going to break my liver. That's it.
Is that your heart beating?
No. It's our crush of the week.
This week's crush is a thick piece of body positivity.
Yes, Troy Solomon is fashion, fierceness, and fabulosity all wrapped up in a sexy, affirming package.
If you haven't checked out his Instagram, then get a move on to A Bear Named Troy. Sit back, be amazed, and learn how it's done.
In his words, thick came from my own need for a representation for both myself and the body positivity community within music and pop culture.
I like him.
I super like him. This video is really awesome.
And he's so cute, and I love the fact that he is all about body positivity.
Yeah.
Because so often in our community, it's all about going to the gym 3 hours a day, having the perfect six-pack, all fit and trim and everything. But he's just like, look, I am sexy, I'm big, I'm all the things.
Yeah, and he's fabulous.
Right?
His fashions are just off the chain. Every image, everything I was looking through, I was like, oh, I want them boots. I want them pants.
Right.
I want,
I thought of you when he was like on, I think he was like kicking his legs in the air with those high-heeled boots on. I was like, oh, Celso needs those.
I absolutely love it. And I just love how he's comfortable about all of himself. Like his gayness, his fashions, his size, his everything. That's how it's supposed to be.
It should be. We should all feel good about our bodies as long as we're taking care of ourselves. Who cares if you're a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, a little bit hairier? It's all sexy.
And it goes the opposite direction too. Like there's a lot of people, myself included when I was younger, like hated myself for being so skinny.
Oh,
you know, like, oh, you're so tiny. And I wanted to be like, like the typical big man, like burly and like, that's just never going to be me.
I always felt too big. I'm tall for a woman, and all my girlfriends come here.
Right.
And I've never been like super skinny. Well, maybe once. I did love that. But curvy's good too.
Nutrisystem and a lot of Coke. No, just kidding.
That year, no.
No, but so it could go anyway. You just really need to be comfortable with yourself. So I love that he's doing this. I love that he's super talented too.
And it's all about the confidence.
Yeah. Yes. And those heels.
Yes. Because he is strong, fabulous, thick with fashion, and deliciously thick. He is our crush of the week.
Just look at him.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of GNews, where you get all of your gay in just one day with your hosts,
Celso Dulay
and Cameron Steele.
Thank you for tuning in and getting all of your gay news with us. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook, well then please like and share the glitter.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
The UK. Oh, gosh, darn it. I got it now. This week's crush is,
thick.
How about if I go like this and then one more time without looking down?
Busted. I was like,
She's like, he won't see.
He won't notice.
It'll be a quick
It's
glance.
fine.
Thank you for
Not my fault this time.
Literally all the words just went foo.
Happens.
I say this every week.
Yep. You got this.
You made a face. I thought I flubbed it up and you made a face.
A little.
Yeah, okay. Do it from the top. Sorry. Director knows best.
Okay. Well, that's it for this episode of GNews, where you get all... Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes, I did it. Oh, I was questioning myself. Okay.
With your hosts.
Yes.
Script positivity.
Confidence.